Last week, we speculated on the availability of the Osmo Pocket 4 the day before the launch. Unfortunate timing for us, but also kind of interesting timing for the sake of the show. I want to play a clip for you of what we said. I wanted to talk about the availability of the 4 itself, because if it's announced tomorrow, there's some confusion around whether it will be available in the US. Now, here's the question. If I were to buy, if DJI announces the Osmo Pocket 4 on the 16th, which is tomorrow as we record this, it comes out on the 20th. Can I buy one in the United States? Because guess what? Back in the day, in December of 2025, there was a DJI ban that kind of came across the FCC. And so one of the things that happens there is that the FCC has this thing that they call the covered list. The idea of the covered list is that if something is added to it, then it's paused basically from FCC authorizations in terms of it being available to be added. Now, of course, there's a whole thing going on right now politically between the US and China, economically as well. And DJI was added to the covered list. So, of course, that would mean that because anything that's coming out needs FCC certification, if it does not have FCC certification, then it will not be available to be purchased in the US. So that boils down to this very simple question, if that's all gobbledygook for you. Is the Osmo Pocket 4 on the covered list? And secondarily, did it already have certification beforehand? So,
is it banned or is it not?
Is it banned or is it not? Well, here's the first answer to the first question. DJI is on the covered list. So that means that DJI in general cannot get any more authorizations going forward in terms of new products that they're releasing. So what about the Osmo Pocket 4 that comes out tomorrow? Well, fortunately for all of us who are excited about the DJI Osmo Pocket 4, it has already secured FCC approval before the December 23rd cutoff that happened last year, which means that the Osmo Pocket 4 that is announced tomorrow will be available in stores in the US starting hopefully around the end of April, as was rumored by Drone XL that we talked about before there. Now, here's the catch. There's a second Osmo that's supposed to come out this year, and there's lots of questions around it, and it does not seem like it's going to be announced tomorrow, and it's called the Osmo Pocket 4 Pro. That's what people are assuming. Now, there's lots of features. We've talked about this in previous episodes if you want to go check them out, but the sort of baseline one that they talk about is that it might have multiple lenses to achieve a zoom effect like the one that you talked about.
Zoom effect or real zoom?
Well, my guess is a zoom effect. I bet you they'll do kind of like the iPhone with multiple cameras on the back. They'll probably do the same thing on the Pocket. It'll give you optical zoom, but it won't be like your handheld camera that you were showing us before with the actual like optical zoom with a moving lens piece there. Regardless, the Osmo Pocket 4 Pro is not have approval at this point.
Oh, snap.
So even if the Osmo Pocket 4 is announced tomorrow and is released, then the Osmo Pocket 4 Pro will not come out in the US because it is not approved.
Well, then we got to go to Japan this summer.
So I don't know. Maybe we'll go to Japan. But in summary,
I sound like a crazy fan out there.
In summary, we thought that the Pocket 4 would be available because it had approval, and the Pocket 4 Pro would not be available because it did not have approval in time. Well, we posted that video, and we got this response in return, which is from Fix It On The Way, and it says, it's Thursday, April 16th, and the Pocket 4 is out, and it's banned, and it's illegal to cross the U.S. border with it. Can't wait to hear what Creator Secrets has to say about this, but they also say Pocket 4 ban review is pending. I think if DJI is willing to pony up enough cash, the Pocket 4 will get mysteriously unbanned. I don't know about that part about crossing the border with it, but it is true that it's banned. I'm curious about what your reactions are to that.
Well, first off, I am surprised that it's not available after everything that you researched and what we heard and the whole buzz around it, because I think there's US-based creators that got the Osmo Pocket 4, right?
Yeah, but I mean, the counter is that, we have people that are friends with us that went to NAB and they didn't see it at NAB, and so they didn't even advertise it.
And then the second thing is that it's actually banned.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So,
well, I don't know. Well, let me just clarify. I'm not sure that it's banned. It could, so here's the gray area that I did not account for when we were talking about that. That's why I played that. It could be approved, but DJI could be choosing not to sell it in the US, right? That's a possibility.
Why would that be?
because they think that the US is basically a dead end market for them now at this point because they're not allowed to sell anything anymore.
Oh, in addition to that.
So why put all, I mean, there's one reason why we do it because
they're the number one customer.
Well, yeah, but you'd be making money on this product. But if they're like, well, we got to figure this out, we might as well just put our energy into the rest of the world where we can actually continue to grow our business. You could understand that as a business move.
Question. Is it available in Canada? Because if it is, I'm driving up to Vancouver, BC and getting it. Because now it's a rarity. Now it means that there's creators. Because I haven't seen creators reviewing it. Like a regular creator that doesn't have access to DJI, like early, product access. And we should like look that up actually, if it's available in Canada. But for me, I think that it goes back to what I said about the DJI Pocket 4 months ago. Do you remember what I said about it?
I don't remember what you said. No.
Well, generally speaking, I said might not even be worth buying because if the DJI Pocket 3 is a lower price and it's available, that's all you need. Like 90% of creators only need that. I can tell you because I daily vlog with it and I would buy a brand new DJI Pocket 3 right now and would love it. In fact, anytime I get a new one of those, which has only been one time after the first time I bought it, is awesome. And so it does so much that it's mind-blowing compared to any other consumer camera because of the form factor. So this doesn't really change anything for me on my opinion on if you should buy or not. But I don't know if we're going to go into it. You know, the reviews that come in, and a lot of people that review cameras and just creators in general have been unimpressed with the Pocket 4.
Yeah, actually, that's a great transition. I will give some real-time follow-up here. From mobilesyrup.com, they say DJI Osmo Pocket 4 is now available for pre-order in Canada. So it is available. But Benji's not going to buy it and cross the border with it, so don't worry about it.